feels very lonely right now. Where's J-Bum? It's all right. Don't fear. Don't fret. J-Bomb is not gone. He's just not here today. I gave him the week off this week. It's New Year's week. Time to sit back, relax with your family and friends after Christmas. And I excuse me, I gave him a good solid week off to just reflect and be ready because we are going full on through into 2026. Actually, that's kind of a lie. The real reason is this has just been like a really not great month. So a little bit back behind the scenes stuff. We recorded a lot of our Christmas stuff like at the very first week of December. So I was expecting to have a lot more, things to show, things to do. I wanted to go out and do something like I did at the Pumpkin House over in Gallipolis, Ohio, or over in Charleston, West Virginia. I wanted to do something like that. It just didn't happen and lost track of time. A lot of bad things in the brain all happened at once, and here we are, the week of New Year's Eve, and yeah, we're here. And I realize I said New Year's Eve is New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you know what I mean. So, tomorrow is New Year's Eve as you're listening to this. Next day will be the beginning of 2026. And we want to welcome you the day before both these days to a special clip show of STPP. I'm Keith.
I'm Jack.
Whoa. Every now and then you still might hear Jack, even though he's not here. You might still hear him every now and then.
You don't want none.
Yeah, so this episode in particular is already going to be kind of different and shorter and whatnot in terms of like new stuff. Kind of just wanted to like do a typical clip show here and just show off some of the things that we've done because I'm pretty proud of what we've done in just the 3 months that we've been back doing this. I think there's a lot of good things that's been going on. And I think there's a lot of stuff that we can grow on too to get better. So I want to go ahead and play the first minute from our return back in October of this year. From the episode The Grand Return. The first minute of our Grand Return. Feels good to be back.
It's definitely something.
I don't know what I expected. I'm got a eating grin all over my face. Oh, whoops! Oh, sorry. Got a grin all over my face, huh?
So well.
Oh no! It started.
Yeah. Where we started this, he was like, "We don't need to cuss as much," but we knew that was not going to happen.
Yeah, it lasted all of like what 5-10 seconds. Oh well. That's what we can talk about later. So some of the changes for this show that people are probably not going to like.
Yeah, well.
But hey, welcome to Save the Planet podcast with Jack and Keith. I'm Keith.
Woo-hoo. I'm Jack.
There you go. Well, that's J-Bomb.
That's right.
For
marketing, Jack, whatever the hell you want to call me.
For marketing purposes, he's Jack. But for us, you know who he is.
That's right.
So again, it felt really good to be back. It felt good to finally, get things back to where I believe they should be in terms of doing this thing. And Jack staying with me is always going to be like a huge thing I always thank him for. And I'm glad we're still doing it to this day. And I'm glad we can continue making new podcasts as time goes on. And I've got big plans for 2026, like I've said multiple times before, and I stick to that for sure. For now, though, one of the bigger things that happened in 2025, I think, is the introduction of more shorts, of more highlighted content from the shows. So to show off some of these. There are going to be 2 different sections where we're going to show off 5 different shorts that came up this year. Some of the funnier things that happened in 2025 in these shorts. And we hope you have a laugh. Enjoy this short form content because, if there's one thing that we're good at is we're funny in short bursts. Why we do an hour podcast, I'll never know, though.
You've seen the pug, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Her. You can't even tell she's looking at you. When she's looking directly at you, her eyes are going to both sides. Her peripheral vision, she could probably see the back of her head. I'm just saying.
Be nice.
I put Donna off on a daily basis when she's like, Jack, isn't she so precious? And I'm like, no, she's ugly as hell.
She's not ugly. She can literally just see the west part of the world and the east part of the world at the same time.
Some people that call it soda, and you got some people that call it pop. I remember being a kid, we always argued with my stepmom about that because my stepmom in her first marriage her husband was in the military, so she traveled to Germany and other countries. She started calling it soda. So when she come back, she started talking about soda, and me and my sister's like, "What the f- is soda?" Pulls out a Pepsi, and we're like, "Oh, a pop, okay."
It's pop. What is this soda?
Yeah, what the f- is soda?
Do you call it pop or do you call it soda still? Is it still pop?
It's still pop.
Whether you call it soda or whether you call it pop, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Do not call it soda pop.
If you call it soda pop, this is the 1950s.
Not call it soda pop.
I believe the 50s and 60s is when they called it soda
What's
pop.
your opinion on trunk or treating?
I'm not against it, but as far as if you're just doing trunk or treat, I feel like it takes away from the idea of trick or treating. They made it too easy. I remember being a kid, my dad would walk us miles. They didn't really have a set time back when I was a kid. You just trick or treat until you couldn't handle it no day.
It's very boring. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're doing them like a week, few days, even the day before, perfectly fine. Cool deal. I understand the safety concerns and everything of trunk or treat. Don't get me wrong. I get it. This has come from an experience of not having any children at my age, whatnot. So that's why I wanted your opinion because you have 4 now.
From the perspective of a parent, I want them to run themselves out. I want to take you for a couple of miles and let you run out all your damn energy, stock up on candy, and then I get you home, you have 3 or 4 pieces of candy, you watch the movie, and you're out.
Change can definitely warp someone's mindset because you get so used to something for your entire life, and then with just in a blink of an eye, everything's different. That's why it's important to be around the people that you love the most and people that care about you the most.
Nowadays with social media and all that, it's easier than ever nowadays to just reach out to somebody.
Just looking at it from like a very blanket way, sometimes even reaching out is hard. You just got to remember that even if you don't think there are, and if you think you are alone, you're not alone.
Even though it might be somebody you either least expect or somebody that you didn't even really want the help from. There's still somebody there.
And if it gets that bad, go to a professional. That's what they're there to do, to help you no matter what. And pull him up on the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and bring him up from the bottom up. There he is. Hello, Lowell Jockey.
Lowell Jockey.
Lowell Jockey. There's always some kind of mess up with the AI crap. Every time.
It's like the little Jackie Funko Pop version.
Yeah. I told you, Lowell Jockey is Scrappy Doo. Literally, there's always something that messes up with this thing. It either adds a nose to little Jackie, which I absolutely hate, and I know you do too. It just looks
it drives me crazy.
It's so awkward and weird. Just keep it flat and put a big old J on the head. And then it messes up the J. It's like, how do you mess up a J? But when I saw Lowell Jockey, I just knew something special was about him. But it gave him a body and put the J on his tummy, and he just kind of looked cute.
Yeah, he is cute.
He's very cute. All right, you can go away now, Lowell Jockey. You know, Lowell Jockey, to me personally, has probably been the second best thing that I've had help with AI with. I don't know who would be the first thing that I could think of would be number one, but that didn't matter, whatever. Uh, but speaking of AI, that's been a huge topic this year, and as we head on to 2026, it's not going to go away. In fact, it's getting bigger and more concerning in a lot of ways. I'm going to show you a pretty long conversation from two different perspectives, both from me and both questioning and whatnot. So let me take that out of the way. We discussed near the beginning of the podcast, around the beginning of November, when we actually started trying to get a co-host, trying to figure out the co-host thing, about AI and how I was using it, and I think I had a different perspective at that point than what I do now. And I actually really enjoyed it. I still have good things to say, but within a month or so, as you can see by clip number 2 coming right after this, those things are starting to change up a little bit. And some things happen that, kind of caused this change up. So, anyways, let's go into it. Let's go into the the full discussions we had with Druid about AI and his use of it being a content creator. And then let's go about a month later back to the AI thing, where I'm not liking something I see online and I'm wondering, hey, maybe I shouldn't use this because it's not cool how it's being used. Yeah.
Keith has been getting carried away with the AI a lot here lately.
All right.
Making the logos and stuff.
Oh,
That actually reminds me. When it comes to this AI stuff, you trying to make content by yourself and everything. First of all, is it something that you would consider using if it would help your video game footage, or if it would help you in a certain sense get more views or something like that? Overall, what do you think of AI? I guess that should be the first thing I start with. What do you think of it?
Well, I have a very conflicting view. Like, you kind of have to, and I'm not going to go into details on this, but as in many things, people are just really, how should I put this? In a lot of subjects, people are often divided on things these days, and some people will hate AI. Some people will be like, "Man, it's the greatest tool humankind has ever made," and I'm kind of on both. I'm slightly worried about it maybe taking away from artistic, like someone would sit down like we would do, losing 3 hours, putting our heart and soul into that edit, and then someone takes like 3 minutes and ask AI to edit their video content. They were like, take my hour-long stream and edit it down to just the finest moments and add some really music to it. And that literally, I can ask ChatGPT to do that, and it will do that, and it will probably put out a better video than I'd have for spending 3-4 hours. Well, it's even more because I'm playing the game, trying to do specific cool just to get good content and see if I can pull stuff off. And it may take me 2-3 hours just to get the exact clips that I want. And then the next day I'm going to be taking 2 or 3 hours just cutting it down, adding music, and then perfecting that music and the way I want the music and everything, just for AI to take that over. But then again, if I used it, it would take that 3 hours away that I could spend time with my family, work on my day job more. So it's like, see, I'm really, really divided on that because I have used AI and it is very, just so convenient.
Oh yeah.
And so in a way, I really love it, and I really do think it really can be a great thing for everybody's life, especially if everybody learned how to use it, and we all utilize it as a society, a people, whatever you want to, the world in general. I feel like it would really, really do a lot of good for a lot of people's lives, and including work. And what I'm thinking is, if it does get to the point where a lot of AI is taking a lot of jobs, they will be replaced with maybe the new jobs that may require using AI. Like every employee has their specific AI right here on their phone downloaded. So when I'm like during the day, I sit behind a computer all day long, and there's so many things that I could be like, yo, get rid of all my spam emails. And that would take hours out of my work day, hours just going through the mail and leaving the actual stuff from my bosses, from other companies that we use that I have to read. It would be wonderful. But as of right now, I'm just the grinder. You know, I grind on the game. I grind on editing just to put out stuff, and I really put a lot of heart and soul into that. You know, and it would be kind of horrible to just spend years doing that, working my way up for AI to get big, and literally every 4-year-old with a telephone could edit better than I could, even though I'm spending hours doing it. And the only way to compete with that is to use AI as well.
Personal opinion, you gave a perfect answer. Honestly, it's because it's really hard to say like, oh, I really love this, or no, I really hate it, because it's so morally. There is a bit of morals to it. Before I give my opinion on it, because I don't think I've ever asked J Bomb this. Like whenever you were doing recaps and stuff, and or trying to do some extra stuff for the club or whatever, what's your opinion on that stuff? What's your opinion on AI trying to ease things here and there, but also like taking possibly jobs away and stuff? What do you think?
I mean, I feel like with AI, it's a double-edged sword. It's really helpful with certain things, but I feel like it also takes away people's artistic creativity. Because like you making these little Jackie and Putty logos, you know, the cute little raccoon and the damn bomb flying around the ship. You know, I created that bomb character years ago, and the damn AI did it better than I did. You know, he looks better than what I did, what I drew. And you know, you just sat around and talked with AI and built this, and so as far as like people that are naturally artistic, it does kind of take away from what makes them unique, because now anybody can do it, you know, and do it better. You know, I could sit down with a pencil and a piece of paper and draw a perfect portrait, but it'd take me a day and a half, 2 days to do. Somebody can sit down and do the same damn thing with AI in a couple of minutes. And also, you know, a lot of people are doing it, making music with it now like that. So that's cutting into musician talent. You know, now if you're a naturally talented musician, or you've trained and practiced your whole damn life, somebody can get on an AI program and make more kick music than what you're doing. Um, so I feel, as far as like, you know, people that do have that kind of talent, it takes away from them. But as far as, you know, people that don't, it's fantastic. You know, you can sit there and draw up this masterpiece that you never could have done before. So yeah, it's to me, it's like I said, it's a double-edged sword. But you know, like the joke I always make with you when we talk about AI, since you started doing these, Keith, is you know, I'll always think about Skynet. You know, this is Terminator 2. You know, first it's drawing pictures for you. The next thing you know, it's going to kill you. You know? So
Starts.
do what?
I said that's how it starts.
Yep, that's how it started in Terminator, I believe. You know, AI just
That's
helping
roughly,
people with their jobs and doing stuff like that. And then it took over and started building its own machines, and then we were all killed. And you know, John Connor and Sarah Connor and all that. So
yeah, machines making machines. That's where it started.
yeah.
So here's what I think, real quick. So I do think, in the long run, it could definitely harm individual. Like, if all you do is draw and write and paint and anything, I do think overall, yeah, it's going to be very hard, because then you could just, any nutnik can get online and just print out something, or get on AI and just create whatever their heart's desires, as long as you're descriptive enough with it. But also with that, let me just, and you talked about the little J Bomb and Putty figures, or the little Jackie and Putty things here. This is made with AI, but I also used some Photoshop tools to kind of get
Nice.
print or whatnot to do that with. I think if you're creative minded enough to where you can think it, I think AI should be a useful tool to get you there, but not be the sole tool to be like, that's it. That's work is done. That's what I made. Because I'll tell you one thing, just to get that took me at least 20, 30 minutes, at least to get to where I'm like, all right, I can work with what you give me, and I can fix it up later in post and do whatever you want. Now, there was the first one that had these guys originally come up, that I got first try. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. So yeah, I 100% agree. It can be very dangerous for people that put in hours, just like what Drew would do with his videos and his content creation. It would put in hours and take all that heart and soul and everything. But I think it's a useful tool for people that have that creative mindset, that don't want to take advantage of it, but want to build off it. And as long as it's used more for good and be able to make greater things, I think it could really push people into the future, because there's no way I could make that. And as fast, I couldn't make that by myself anyways. Like I could try, like what I would have to do at this point, I would have to change my entire career. I
Just become an artist.
Yeah, I
Just
would
draw.
just take hours upon hours. And at this stage in my life, I can't do that. So unless you have like someone that you can payroll to do it for you, or someone that's a friend or a family member that wants to do this stuff for you, I would select that option for sure. But
Yeah,
if
definitely.
if you're by yourself, but you want to do something like this, but you don't know who you'd want to go to, you don't really have an option, or you feel like you don't have an option, I feel like this is a great option until like maybe you can get someone human, or you can get someone to be like, I'll step up and I'll create that stuff for you, so you don't have to focus on that. So I like we've been saying, the double-edged sword. It's a great tool, it's a great thing to use, but as soon as you become reliant on it and just use that to get one on people that actually do put in the work and put in the effort to make that only by hand, that's whenever it becomes not only a problem with both AI being a thing in general, but whenever it becomes a problem with just, why can't humans just do that themselves? I mean, we can. Why can't you just do it yourself? And I think, like I said, the best answer to me is, well, timing wise, I can't do that unless I wanted to change careers or change focus. So again, like I said with Druid's answer, that one I think to me is the perfect answer, because there's no good or bad. There's what you think is right and wrong, and it's kind of like a perfect way to say, I like it, I don't like it.
I think it's just all in how you use it, and I dare say it needs to be some kind of regulated, but the problem is being able to trust the people who would regulate it, because it could most certainly be used for nefarious purposes. And if the person that has full, especially if they have most or full control of it, I feel like that could be problematic. But as you were saying, I think it just depends on how you would use it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, still, I think we're in such a new phase of things like AI getting better as the days and years go on,
every day.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to get those proper regulations on everything. And I 100% agree. It needs to have something, but I don't know where is that point to where if I can't get something like that and I need to put more time, when does it come to a point where it's going to mess up that time efficiency people want to use with it as well?
Facts.
I have to go back to the AI thing we talked about earlier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, before the segment gets underway, I want to note that the views expressed on STPP are solely our own and do not reflect those of our employers or affiliated organizations. This discussion references real-world events and examines the ethical impact of AI and the sharing of violent content, not to promote it, but to examine how easily harmful material can be spread. Listener discretion is advised. I think I've had it. You know, it sucks because for 2 months I've been, and I'll admit it, I've been paying for ChatGPT Plus because I really started enjoying it. I started liking being able to get things that I needed that I thought would help brand the podcast. And it has. It really has. Just like quick, instantly. And it's been very helpful. I, again, would not have these two right here if it wasn't for ChatGPT. Because I just don't really have the time to, draw all that. I can't draw that well in terms of cartoon style. It doesn't turn out very well. Well, I'm kind of sick of it now, honestly, and I'm just going to have to teach myself how to draw J-Bomb or Lil Jackie and Putty, honestly. I'm going to have to. For 2 reasons.
And you told me about this a little bit.
Well, I'm going to talk about the first one, then I'll talk about that one that really pushed me over the edge. But I talked about on OMO this past Sunday about how a lot of tech companies have stopped making RAM pieces to start giving to these data centers, mostly to focus on AI. And Micron, being one of the biggest producers of them, has just completely stopped producing just to focus on data centers to help with AI. And it's just going to start making things like video game systems go up. And dude, I don't want to pay $600, $700, $800 for a new game system whenever back in the day they were like $200, $300. And they're not good. Yeah. And these ones that are out now are not cheap.
No.
I want to give this guy credit because someone actually on OMO, the one that's on YouTube, actually commented on it, and I didn't know this. I want to give him credit for this comment that he posted. It's guy's name is Pseudo Krondor on YouTube. He left a comment because I talked about it on this week's OMO. Micron, the RAM maker, has pulled out of the chip production of consumer market and will only produce chips for data centers. That leaves only HK Hynix and Samsung as a duopoly. Expect RAM chips, SD drivers, etc. to go up in price. Expect Micron to die as a company when AI bubble bursts. I mean, it's a problem. It's absolutely a problem. And this isn't just like what I brought up to you. This is a business problem that's going to affect things like the general consumer when it comes to like even making their own PCs or whatnot. And then it's going to hurt companies that make games and computers in general too. It's going to hurt everybody because it's just going to make prices go up.
Yeah.
Because they want to put in more RAM, which makes sense because AI is just going to get better. If it's on the trajectory and it's just going to get better and more complex. And with that, you need to have the power to do it. And RAM is what you use for that kind of power. So it's just going to be a mess there. And if these big companies are already stopping production for regular consumers and switching over to these AI tech companies, this isn't good for us.
No.
Not at all.
No.
But the one that really disturbed me the most, and you said it the other day, it's like, bad people will make bad things. Bad people will do bad stuff. It's just what you use with it and whatnot. And I get it. This one was just so disturbing to me, though. And it was a bunch of celebrities that had passed away. And they would transition with AI from them just standing there normal to and it would transition them to laying down and laying in their coffin like it's their funeral.
Yeah.
Just laying like this. And I don't know, it might be just recency bias, and I don't know if that's a proper term to hear right now, but because of my friend passing away recently too, and that popping up, that just feels so distasteful. I know they're public figures. I understand that they have fans out there, and some of them might even feel a little touched being able to see their favorite celebrities and something like that. I don't know. I don't personally understand how you'd feel touched. I felt disturbed. One of the comments I saw on the video was it was one of the most morbid things I've ever seen, and I agree with that person. I was so disturbed by it. So and then I keep on seeing more things about these AI generated videos like on YouTube and whatnot about cats that are just getting horribly mutilated and stuff, but where it's AI, it get away with it. YouTube has started cracking down on stuff, but there are people still trying their best to post this crap. It's just like ElsaGate back in like 2016, whenever people would make live action skits of dressing up as Elsa or dressing up as Spider-Man or some other person on the internet and make things to where they get 1,000 views, millions of views actually, but they would make them to where they're doing disturbing and disgusting stuff like making them pregnant, sexual fetish crap, violent stuff. It's just so weird. But now you got these quickly made AI videos, and where's the line? Where's the line? Because AI is just like anything else. You've made it, it exists, fine. It's going to have to be here now. We're just going to have to live with it. Where's the line? Where's regulation? When is it going to be a point where regulations have to come to effect with this?
And it's like I told you when you were telling me about the videos. There's always going to be people that's going to take things that were meant for good and figure out an evil way to use them.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like the atomic bomb was one of those, So there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to figure out a way to use it differently than it was intended for. But not to get political, but with AI, people have been doing a lot of political stuff.
Yeah.
Targeting certain politicians and having AI having them do stuff, and it gets to that point where, and it sucks because AI has gotten so good. Sometimes you have to really watch it just to be like, and you can eventually spot it.
Yeah.
Like another one I see all the time is like wrestling themes. There's certain wrestlers that they're AI and doing stuff. And
oh, like the ones
I
they brought
one
back
where
to life?
Yeah, that, and I think I seen somebody did an AI one of like Alexa Bliss and somebody making out. It was on
Oh,
Facebook, and I was like, what the hell?
that's just
Um,
so wrong.
yeah,
Because it's
but
used.
then now they got AI though. Your uncle Skidder, he sent me some. It's like fictional characters in WWE matches, and it looks real as hell. But it's like these little fictional characters having full on wrestling matches. So it's gotten to where you know it's gotten to where sometimes you're blurring that line between reality and fiction, and when you start using real people is when it starts becoming questionable.
Yeah.
Um, because most smart people can look at it and tell it's AI, but you know, some people just see what they're shown and automatically believe it,
Oh, yeah.
and that can cause some very negative reactions.
I still love it as a tool to help people create and fix things whenever they start working on stuff, and then AI is there to be like, "Oh, hey, this is how you can do this or whatnot." I've learned a couple things through AI that's actually helped me big time. But where it's so like open and everything, and it
Yeah.
does it. Not everything it says is right. It just gives you a general answer based on things it's found. Doesn't mean it's always accurate. You have to put the human element into effect here. But when it comes to these videos or whatnot, and you're just like typing in prompts and letting AI have at it, it's like, okay, who is the creator, or is the person that typed the prompt at fault? Is it the AI program itself? Because the AI doesn't have a brain. It's just taking stuff it's found on the internet and then using that to create this thing based on the prompt. Is it the person who made the AI? Is it the people that allow it to get posted up? Who regulates it? And when is the eventual hammer going to come down? Because apparently it's not going to be anytime soon. And in fact, like
I don't
all
think it
these
ever
big,
will.
I don't think it will, because then it's like, well, free speech and stuff. But it's like, do we really need to see James Avery, the uncle for Fresh Prince of Bel Air, living 1 minute and then in his coffin the next? Do we really need to see that? And that's not me
No.
being sensitive or whatnot. It's just like, first of all, that wasn't made for our eyes to see.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mean to go to be. You said you don't mean to be political. I don't mean to be political when I say this. But there was a time whenever Charlie Kirk got assassinated, there was a video that
Yeah.
came out of a dude talking about it, saying, we weren't meant to see that. That is not something anybody was
Right.
meant to see. And it was so easily accessible. Not just what
Yes.
you saw on the news, but what people were posting about it, because they were posting as it happened, when it actually happened, uncensored.
Yeah.
I don't think you can
And
do
that
it.
was
I don't think you can do it
it was something
now.
I didn't want to see.
No.
It was something I didn't want to see.
So
And I didn't even know about that happening until I got a phone call, and I just typed up his name on Facebook, and that was the first damn thing I seen
yeah,
was him getting shot.
you don't need to. There's some things in life you just aren't meant to see. That's why
No.
they're traumatic events for people all around that stick with them and that change people. Well, the problem is now, because we have the ability to share so much stuff so instantly, that can be shared to anybody. And look how many people that were there that day.
Yeah.
What's the line with AI in this sense? Where it starts making stuff to where it's just something you don't need to see. Because you can tell it, like, if you're smart, you can tell it's AI. But what if, unfortunately, what if you're not? You know? I'm not saying we should, like, how's a respectful way to put this? Because I don't want to come across like an asshole either. It's not that I don't feel like it should be regulated for stupid people. Because then
I feel like
I don't know.
with AI and people doing things like this, it's not really anything new. I mean, it's new as
No.
far as the freedom, but I mean, if you look back and on people, there's some people that actually get enjoyment out of was it those old Faces of Death videos, or watching videos of people being killed,
Yeah.
like Faces of Death, and stuff like that. There's what was it back in the '90s, or right when the internet started kicking off, there was Rotten.com, where people was going and seeing really disturbing images. So there's so many different types of people on this planet that there's going to be people that get enjoyment out of it, and like you said before, it's hard to kind of put a line on it when you do have the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression.
Right.
So there's never really going to be a way of censoring it, um, as far as making it like illegal, or you can't do that.
Right.
I just, like you said with the Charlie Kirk thing, I just don't like the idea of it being so easily obtainable.
Yeah. And maybe that's where regulation needs to be. Maybe not on it in particular, but like in the way it's so easily visible.
Maybe a rating system.
Something. Because
it's supposed to be able to keep porn off of Facebook, but they still don't. But for the most part, they try to police and keep stuff like porn off Facebook,
Yeah.
and certain images and things like that are policed on social media, and it's just going to be a matter of time before they have to start doing it with AI.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they try with YouTube Kids to keep things off there, but it's YouTube. You can upload just about anything you want. Yeah, they have a moderation system to keep porn and stuff off there too, but like, when is the point where it becomes actual necessary?
Well, it's like even with YouTube Kids. I seen a couple of years ago an article that said with YouTube Kids that they figured out that there was certain kid-friendly words that if they were typed in a certain order on kids' YouTube, it was bringing up stuff that wasn't for kids.
Yeah. Like you could put in different symbols and whatnot, like the at symbol and whatnot, and plus minus stuff. Put them all a bunch of gibberish. Looks like a bunch of gibberish. You press enter, and it's just crazy what you can find.
Well, it's also people posting videos that shouldn't be on kids' YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but posting it under hashtags that are kid-friendly, and it's slipping under the radar.
Yeah. I, I this probably isn't an issue because, like I said, I don't like to get political on the show. Like I've mentioned before, I don't like getting political on the show. It is a serious subject that we should probably like tell you all more thoroughly. Hey, we're going to talk about this in a serious way. I just wanted to bring it up because it just disturbed me so much, and it really made me think about AI some more. And I don't know why I have this, anyways. Uh, I but I still like using it, but I don't think I'm going to pay for it anymore. I don't. I think I'm kind of done for right now. I'll start like computer went off again. I'm sorry. I'm getting very distracted here again recently, but
So you're tweaking, man. You're tweaking.
but I don't think that I'm gonna start like actually trying to trace Putty and Lil Jackie, try to do it myself. I am working behind the scenes with some things going on, even though there's not a lot of progress going on with what I'm doing to get some stuff built up for the show and with KJX3 and with anything that I'm doing. There's little progress, but not much. But I, it's been easy, but there's always a downside with something easy. Just like with anything in life, I think. If something's too
Yeah.
easy, then, there's probably something else going on. And I don't know. I'm tired of the slop. I'm tired of people using that AI thing for slop like that. And it's
I mean,
everyone
there's
has.
always going to be people doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's going to be able to do it. I don't know. Maybe I've already hit the brick wall of being like, I don't know if I want to see it, and I don't know if I want to participate myself in it. You know what I mean? I think
No, I mean you taking an AI program and making some cute cartoon characters out of it is a big
yeah,
difference
and it's
between
probably
somebody taking AI and using it for something stupid and
no,
fucked up.
I get it, it's a completely different argument and different issue, 100%. But do I want to? Do I look at it for personally? Do I want to use this and still be someone contributing using AI stuff and kind of be looked at as the same person, not in the same sense, obviously, as someone that's bringing this crap and slop with the celebrities in their coffins and whatnot on there? Because it's kind of like a moral kind of thing.
I feel like you're going more of the idea of not supporting something that people use for bad things.
Is
You
that a
don't you
bad
don't
thing?
want you don't want to be a supporter of a program that people also use for up reasons.
Yeah. And I think I'm just wondering, like,
I get
is that
that.
a bad thing?
No, I mean I get that, and like I said, there's a difference between what you do with it and what others do with it, but I also understand the idea of kind of, uh, you know, I guess the best word I could think of right now is kind of a boycotting something that people are also using for not so innocent purposes.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it.
It's still and just like I told the person that wrote that comment, it's definitely something I have to reconsider more. Think more of it. I still, like I mentioned before, I still enjoy it. There's still benefits to it. I can put little Jackie and Putty in situations I couldn't freaking draw them in a lifetime. It's just it's easy to use, but man, I don't know. I can't. I'm not a fan of where it's going, both how people are using it and how companies are using it on the business side to kind of upcharge everything else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the new age thing, you know. Back when flat screen TVs first came out, they were ungodly expensive because it was the new thing. AI is now that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Now they can sell something that supports AI and slap on another couple $100 to it, just because that is the new big trend.
Only with LCD TVs or whatever, you could just put the image of what real people are doing that's bad. Only AI, it will make it itself based on everything else out there.
Yeah.
So you just heard me and Jack talk about it there. Before then, we had our buddy Druid Dwayne on. He, along with Corey Chopper, and Zach Grady Jedi, all came together and wanted to be a co-host. Them three did. And I will tell you, at the end of this particular show, in terms of new things that might be happening on this particular episode, we will announce, or I guess Jack's not here.
No, you're not.
Whoa. I swear he's not here. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, we will announce our third co-host that will start with us the beginning of 2026, from the very first episode on. And speaking of one of those three guys, I have to say that we've only been back for a few months. We've done this show since 2019, before our return. There was a 2.5-year lapse, hiatus, whatever you want to call it. But we've done STPP starting in 2019, and I can't tell you, in my opinion, I think what Jedi and I did is probably the funniest and best thing we've ever done on this show. And it's just thanks to one of the other big things that we brought into the show, as well as visuals. We have video now. You're seeing me by myself talk, and I apologize for anybody that wanted to keep their eyesight this new year. But you're seeing us now, and we can do more things visually that we just couldn't do just audio-wise, which we can still do a lot audio, don't get me wrong. But now we have this added bonus, and man, it helped so much with this next bit that it's easily one of my favorite things we've done on STPP. So please, everyone, enjoy the battle between myself and Jedi. That his name is Jedi. What kind of battle do you think it's going to be, okay? Just, if you haven't seen it, I won't say any more than that. Just enjoy.
Yeah, that would be fun, and also like do the spicy ramen challenge that people do. Have you ever seen those? The spicy ramen challenges?
No, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, I've seen a few people that has done the spicy ramen challenges here and there, and apparently they're pretty hot from what I've seen. Like it's literally hot to the point where your nose is dripping. Now I've had food that has came to that point to where my nose is literally dripping, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna need a little while to recover. Once I get to talk about food, I just start to get hungry, and I was just like, what do I want to eat?
You know what I told you
Right.
not to talk about?
What?
What?
Do you know what I told you not to talk about?
Maybe.
And you talked about it.
Maybe. I love that little giggle.
It's my evil laugh.
Yeah, once I go down that food rabbit hole, sometimes
No,
I just can't
it's
stop.
It's not the
I
food.
can't-
It's not.
I can't help it. I love
It's
food.
not the food. It's not the food. At the very beginning of the show, I told you, even before we started, not to talk about one thing.
Sometimes I just can't help myself.
I know. And all throughout the
What
show.
was this? What was this one thing?
Hold on. All throughout the show, it's just got me thinking and changing. I feel the hate in my heart right now.
Hate.
He's got that ominous lighting too that just makes it even
It's
crazier.
very ominous. Like, not even gonna lie, it's very ominous.
Yeah. And now, I'm gonna make you suffer for what you've done by bringing up lightsabers.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
J-Bomb, I'm sorry, but we must do this.
I'll referee it.
Oh, really? We got a lightsaber duel for the first time on here,
I
eh?
told you at the beginning not to bring it up because it would bring out this hate in me.
Well, to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi, I will do what I must.
Then you must do it.
Wait, did I get him?
I think you got him.
I think I may have got him.
I believe you did.
Put it down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of cool. Oh, and he's got the Darth Vader hilt too. It's the Episode 3 version.
You
I
killed
can't
my
believe-
co-host.
I can't believe Keith was going to the dark side.
I can totally believe that. He's been going that way for a long time.
He was literally going to the dark side just live on stream right now.
Yeah. And now he's dead.
Uh-oh. Maybe I could use the Force to heal him.
Maybe.
Maybe there's a chance that I could heal him and he'd see his way back to the light. Oh, that's a naughty finger. That's a naughty finger.
That was great.
See, that's one of the things I wanted to do more when we came back is have more fun with this show again. Is have fun. Because when we did Gimme A, like, it was fun for a little bit, but there was still a lot of things that I didn't care for, and I'm not very good at without having some sort of structure. Heck, you can tell by how I'm laying this show out there, some sort of structure going on beforehand. But I'm better with some sort of structure going on than I am just freeballing it. You know, I don't think that's a bad thing. That's just the way that's just how I go. So for me, I have to have some sort of structure to get us through. And sometimes, though, the structure can obviously, like, get fixed up last minute or so, or change as the show goes on. Jedi's episode is a perfect example of having a structure going into the show, but we didn't follow it as much as we were going to. We, on the fly, talked about different things in different orders. And that battle was actually a last-minute ad that I thought would be a cool idea as long as he could do it, and we did it. And the episode is what it is, and I still think that the battle is the highlight, not only of that episode, but the highlight so far of the year. I think, or the highlight of the year, not so far, we're almost done with the year, but the highlight of the year, and one of the highlights of the show. We've done a lot of shows. Trust me, we've done over 100 now, and we've done a lot of good interviews. We've had a lot of good bits. I just can't remember another one that was quite like it. So Jedi, thank you for going with it, and I hope to do that again sometime soon. Maybe not like that, obviously, because you don't want to. You don't want to go back to the same thing twice in a row. That'd be dumb, but we'll think of something. We have several good ideas. But for now, let's go back with more structure, going back to that with us, and let's talk about some shorts again. We saw the showcase of about 5 shorts earlier. We're going to show now 5 more shorts that, yeah, structurally, they made sense in time, but like, you watch these by themselves, or you're looking on TikTok or YouTube or whatnot, and you're like, how in the world did they get here? Trust me, man. I don't know either. Enjoy these very well-structured shorts. I promise they're structured. Whoops. Hey, can I tell a story? I go outside in my spot. My key thing is broke. I have to manually lock it by pressing the button inside the car door, which automatically sets the alarm. I open the car. I'm about ready to put the key in the ignition. I flip it. The key's gone. It is pouring down the rain. I'm looking around my car. I'm looking outside on the ground. My alarm goes, bam, bam, bam. So I'm just there beginning to have a panic attack over this. But then I'm like, why don't I use one of the work cars to go to my house, which I know I have a spare, grab the key, and then come back. Just go slow. Okay, I got the spare key. I go and unlock the door. Remember how I said that I got into the car? If I would have thought, how'd I get in the door, but I couldn't turn the key on? A little piece of key is stuck in the key door.
But
But
we're going to rename that story, though. That time that Keith wore out and broke his...
I wanted to mention that once again, I am a dumb.
If you're into metal or rock, you know, you always got to have room for at least one Metallica album. Most people that just randomly like Metallica always say with, like, you know, the Black Album. But I mean, you look back at like Master of Puppets, that's probably one of the best ones in my opinion.
Yeah, Saint Anger.
Oh God.
I was at a bar one day and they were just talking and I just intervened because they were talking about Metallica, something about Saint Anger, and I actually said, "Hey, I actually kind of like that album." And the girl just looked at me like,
It had a different feel to it, and that was for some reason when Lars on drums decided that he just wanted to hit the snare drum constantly.
"I like
like
the
he forgot-
snare in some of it."
What I mean, I like the snare too. The snare's an awesome drum, but you know, it's a lot of those songs. It's like he forgot what those other drums do.
That's fair. I will
He's
say
just like, yay! You know?
it's a gift now, by the way.
In the German short hair category is Tippy.
Tippy's just there. He just wants a treat after everything. Just wants to go home and lick his. Okay, wait. Let's be real here. Dogs in that show, they've been snipped and neutered a long time ago.
I don't think so.
Really? If they're trying to make them look all primed and prepped and nice or whatnot, you want to see some nasty just hanging down there? Especially where it's Thanksgiving.
Judge the male dogs. I think they judge the male dogs on that.
All right, well.
Walk up behind the dog and they're like, got their little clipboard. They write it down on it.
All right, Tippy. Stay right there, little guy.
They just walk up and be like, yep, 12 ounces. Okay. They take points off if they're not symmetrical.
I hate where we've went with this. I want to point this out right now. I hate this. I don't understand people get so mad at outsiders or people not from around there misspelling their freaking places.
Or mispronouncing them.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you guys have one up there.
I could bet you $10 I know where you're going to mention.
Anybody from down here in Virginia that come up to West Virginia, it's the first thing that apparently we you guys off about. It's when we see a road sign for hurricane,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's Hurricane.
which makes no sense. There is a E at the end of it. The only thing I can figure is people don't want to live in a city that's named after a natural disaster. So,
But we have a place called Tornado.
do y'all pronounce it tornado?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say, is it called tornado or take a trip past Point Pleasant and you'll get the tsunami.
Make a left and you'll make an earthquake.
Take a right at the Mothman and you'll get the blizzard. I was hoping by now to be about 60 pounds down. I'm only about 25, so
It happens.
I miss bread.
The show. I miss bread.
I do. And pasta.
Bread's so good.
Maybe it might be a story involving pepperoni rolls in some way.
That's a stereotype, and I don't appreciate it.
Hey, every time I go to West Virginia, y'all always handing over some pepperoni rolls.
Because they're good.
They are.
Okay, I was going to say, you want to
once
add
again,
this to a
I
list
miss-
of things you don't
Once
like
again,
today?
I miss bread. No, we're going to go back to I miss bread. The last time I was up there, I was on my keto diet. There's a delicious pepperoni roll, and I'm like,
Yeah.
We'll just say I had a cheat day on my diet that day.
I mean, every blue moon or so is fine as long as you don't overindulge, you know?
Sucks.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. He just had to come back, didn't he? If there was one thing that we couldn't have got rid of was... Anyway. Of course, though, when he came back, he had to do something memorable. And I can't remember a time where I've been locked up and couldn't remember how I got there or anything. So if I had to give him kudos, is that I didn't see it coming, and it was very well thought out and planned, but... All right. Enough for me. I'm sure Putty loves it, because those two are like boozing buddies all the time now. It's time to see what happens when he makes his return to the show. That's right. I'm talking about the bit where little Jackie kidnapped us. Great. Really wanted to think of some way how we can help, how you and I can help. And yeah, we do this podcast, and we have some silly podcasts. Don't get me wrong. We have a great time. We love to mess around and whatnot. But I wanted to think of some particular way to give back in some way, to help. And I think I thought of it. I think I thought of the way to... Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. It got really dark.
At least I can hear you. Why did your screen go dark? Check your phone real quick.
Yeah. It's just dark. Yeah.
What? Hey!
Oh.
Who turned out the lights?
What's going on here? It's really dark in here.
Hey.
I don't like this.
I don't like it either. Hello? J-Bomb? Jack?
Surprise, mother. So, hey, Keith, how you doing?
I've been better. How'd you even manage this? I must stayed away from you.
So, let me get this straight. You do this podcast now, and you edit out all the bad words?
Well, yeah, we're trying to hit more people and everything,
That's
so
great.
we're just trying
So,
to...
might as well give you some work to do then. You shithead mother.
Oh, you never change.
Son of a-
Every time we try to do well, you're doing worse. Quit.
I
Stop.
just don't know what all kinds of words I can call you. Dipshit.
I hate you, little Jackie. Do you really think you're going to get away with this?
Of course I'm gonna get away with it. I always get away with it. Yeah, Jack ain't gonna do nothing. It's my show now. I run this podcast. You just do whatever the hell I tell you. You understand? It's my show. I'm saving the planet now. Yeah, but Jack don't know. He's just a dick, just like you. Wait a minute. He's behind me, isn't he?
Get him, Jack. Get him. Get him. Yeah. Grab him by the face. Get him. Throw him. Throw him. Yeah! We're gone for like 3 years. And he's got that much time to do something like that to us?
The thing is that it's almost like Joe Hendry, you know.
But we've been saying his name for weeks now.
I guess he's been plotting and planning.
All right. Enough of them. Enough of him. Enough of that. The less I think about that, the better. I can't stand him, even to this day, little Jackie just... But it's all right. It's all right, because soon he's not just going to be our problem. He's going to be our third co-host problem as well. Everyone listening to this podcast, this has been something we've been talking about since November. And we've had a lot of time to think, Jack and I have. And it has come down to this. We wanted to announce the the third co-host and have them right soon as we start 2026, right there off the gate. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to announce the third host for STPP. I present to you the three choices. Video-wise, you can probably see their faces as of right now next to the KJX3 logo on the side there. Audio-wise, we have, as I mentioned previously, Chopper, Corey Chop, Druid, Dwayne Bleeding, or Jedi, Zach Grady. You know, this was really hard because I think each and every one of these guys, Jack will agree, offered something very special to the show. 100%. And we're definitely going to have both of them on again as well. We're definitely going to have the two other guys back on the show. And it's going to be fun whenever all four of us are on. It's just going to be great. It's going to be a great, interesting dynamic with four different people. But right now we don't need to think about four. We need to think about three. We need to think about the one that is joining our show, STPP, with Jack and Keith. Now I think about it, it's going to be really weird. How are we going to do that? Because the show name is fine, STPP, Save the Planet Podcast, but I don't know how it's going to sound with Jack and Keith. And is it going to be Keith and Jack? STPP, Save the Planet Podcast with Dwayne, Jack, and Keith. I like it. I like it. The third co-host, starting 2026, is Druid Dwayne Bleeding. Thank you again, Corey. Thank you again, Zach, for coming on the show. We will definitely have you again. Don't think just because you weren't chosen as the permanent third host that you're not going to come back, because that's definitely not the case at all. I talked about it with Jack. He agrees with me. There's a chemistry, I thought, in that episode from the get-go that I really enjoyed, and I think is just going, not to say that Jedi or Chop didn't either, but there was just a certain thing with Druid that I really enjoyed, and he did too. So I'm telling you now, whenever we get us and Chopper or us and Jedi on the show, all four of us, heck, we could do 5-person episode, and I think that'd be very interesting. But that dynamic's going to be really fun, but I look forward to see what Dwayne can add on to the show going forward into 2026. I'm excited. I'm excited as a pig in right now, honestly. I had to curse one time. I hadn't cursed all day. Are you kidding me? All episode. This is the new content, and I haven't said anything bad. Come on. So that's it. That's pretty much the episode, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for not having any more new stuff to present, but I did try to set up as well as I was going to, being this is sort of also last minute. So with that being said, because of the last minuteness, because of the holidays of this past month not being the best and whatnot, this week there is no STA. No STA coming out on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I just don't want to do that. No STA this week. However, STPP Uncensored will be out. So, like, the 2 cuss words that I said freely here will be available, I guess. But the other bits, will be there, completely uncensored, as I mentioned. And the only way to check that out is on our Patreon page. Yeah, that's right. For $1 a month, you can come listen to STPP Uncensored, Video MO with Keith, with me. That's me. You also get a shout out on the show. So shout out to Brandy for being a $1 tier member. And of course, shout out to Donna for being the $5 tier member. And yes, if you want to spend $5, you get access to the after show where we spend another 20-30 minutes just talking about stuff that happened either on the show, coming up on the show. It's really becoming more of a, hey, let's tell you what's going to happen next week type deal. That might be the case going forward with SDA until I get a better idea of what we want to do to formally make that show its own thing. But for now, it is really going to be just more of us talking BS and getting you excited for what's to come next week on the show. Because this is it. This is STPP. This is the main show. This is what I do everything for, is to get ready on here for this show, for all you all to listen to, no matter what. And I want to apologize ahead of time because I'm still behind on some Patreon uploads. I still need to get the uncensored version of the Jedi episode. I apologize. There's just a lot of editing with that. And I don't have the file on my particular work PC that my work laptop that I use more now than anything, more than my main laptop. Still have a couple episodes of Video MO to get up, so I'm working on it. Trust me, I finally uploaded a couple of the STPP Uncensored over the last week or so. So I am working on it. Just give me time, and those will be up. But there is still plenty of content already up there. Plus, you can just join the $1 tier, and you'll still have access to a central hub of where you can find the old school STPPs. You can also find OMO that's linked right to there, so you can listen for free on there. Or just go wherever there's podcasts that Spreaker has us allowed, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Listen to us, and of course, we're on YouTube for the video version of STPP. It's just the censored version. But if you want us uncensored, if you want to watch the after show, If you want to watch a video version of OMO and any of that stuff, you want a shout out on the show, go to patreon.com/STPP with Jack and Keith. That is patreon.com/STPPWJA. You see, at the time, you would think that I'd cut that out, but I need to stretch here. I'm stretching for time. So I'm just going to go again and say you can go to patreon.com/STPPWJACK, letter N, KEITH, right now. Become a member today. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for your support. And before I let you all go and get ready for the new year, because yes, it's going to be a fun year with Druid. Going to be a fun time getting used to how the dynamic of us three going to be every single week is going to go out and everything. Before we get to 2026, just want to give you some advice here, is that if you fail at your New Year's resolution, don't be mad or upset. It's okay. 2026 is 365 days long. There's plenty of time to make any sort of changes and do anything that will be extraordinary. Just go out there and do it. You don't have to hold on to it day one. You don't have to get to 6 months and be like, oh, I need to start doing that now. Just do something, man. 2025, I look back and it wasn't that great of a year, honestly. Now, things actually started picking up when I finally got diagnosed with ADHD and I got my medicine and I was able to get on the ball there, and things have really picked up for STPP-wise, for sure. Those first 6 months, though, I kind of fell back in another hole, and I deservedly should be criticized and made fun of or whatever for that time, if that ever was a thing, and I'll live with that crap that I've did, and I'm making it sound so much more serious. It's just stupid. I'm just an idiot, and I also don't need to drink anymore. So you see where that goes. But this year has just been such a weird, not great one. But I always look forward to New Year's. It always gives me that sense of things can change within an instant, and this year showed for sure it can do that. And I look forward to I look forward to bringing you all more STPP, more OMO, getting KJX3 back off the ground, some side things I'm working with people on that you might have heard before if you're a follower of me or just a friend or a family member or whatnot. You'll know, and it'll be cool to see us working together again. There's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to in 2026 that I hope that I can provide and get better at and start making a footprint finally on this game that we call life, and as well as like the video and audio landscape of the internet and just anything like that in terms of like film, online content, short form media. I want to get involved with everything and anything that I can. It's just going to take me time, and I need to get going now because it's not like I'm got a bunch of time anymore, I work full time. I got to do it when I get the time perfectly to work on things. This show has just been lucky to slip in at a time slot where we can do it, and it works out just fine. And I'm very fortunate that Jack is willing to, like I mentioned earlier, is willing to work with me, and we can get this show on the ground again. And it's cool. It's really cool. And once again, having Druid here as well to work with us is going to be good stuff coming for 2026. I have a feeling. So thank you all so much for joining me here. Tell Jack to get his ass back here because I can't do this stuff by myself. I said I'd never do a show with Jack. And to be fair, this show hasn't been without him. Like, obviously, from the past clips. So, he's still here. He's still here. He just got the week off. It's fine. It's fine. 1 week for a holiday is not going to be like, oh, that's it. They're done. They're not going to team up anymore. No, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. New episodes starting at the beginning of January. Thank you all so much for the 2025 that we've had with you. Before we go, let us end with, I uploaded this highlight video on YouTube, and I wanted to share it with you all before we end the show. Thank you to my uncle, Sean Martin Skinner, who we've had on the show multiple times before. Hope to have him again this year. For letting us use his band's song Stand Tall for our intro, and letting us use this song that he wrote from a couple of his bands he's been in as the music to this highlight video. This is back to back. So enjoy the highlight video here at the end. I'm Keith. Jack's somewhere.
Hi.
Little Jackie. Are you kidding me? I did that this week? No, I didn't want to use that little cash thing with the raccoon tail. Oh, I'm losing it at the end of the show. Okay, anyways, goodbye, everybody. Thank you all so much. I love your faces. Have a great 2026. And as always,
Stay metal.
so you mean to tell me that I got up all satty and stuff 2 episodes before we hit 100?
Yup. Every time I do this, Doc does this.
Gift now, by the way.
Are you sitting on a donut?
Anyways, I think we're just about done.
Story on my TikTok and be like, look at these guys.
The more we get heard,
Syphilis.
Wait, hold on. Can't just throw us out there like we're friggin' venereal disease. And I really hope that this episode in particular helped even just one person out there reach someone that might have needed it more than they might know. And I just hope that we could help in our own way, in our own goofy sort of, Jack and Keith Save the Planet podcast type way. We could help and make this world a little less.
Perfect word for it.
That noticing that I flipped the camera off was actually very genuine. I wasn't wanting to do that. And I just said, little Jackie. And my initial thought, anytime I say that, is to flip him off. To flip the bird to that character. It was just innate. Little Jackie. See? Did it again!